Our next speaker is an Assembly member, Deputy Leader of the Green Party, and some of you might have seen 10 days ago he launched his bid to be the leader of the Green Party. Please give a warm welcome to Zack Polanski.
Thank you, Sheffield. Before I begin, I just want to turn to Jenny because that was anything but inadequate. And as a gay man who grew up under Section 28, I know that so many of the LGBT community recognise what our trans siblings are going through right now. There is no LGBT without Thatcher, let's start with her. She said that Blair was her greatest legacy. I wonder what she'd think about Keir Starmer. She said there was no such thing as society. Her, Blair, 14 years of austerity government, and now under the Labour government. They are destroying any sense of society, any sense of community. Both the idea of it, but also the physical sense. They're closing down community centres, libraries. They are stopping people from organising, or trying to stop people. Because when people gather together to protest, what are they doing? They're criminalising it. That is why it is so important that in community rooms like this, around the country, not just in London, but all over the country, we are gathering, we are organising, and they are scared, and they should be, because we will challenge their power. We know this Labour government is deeply failing and deeply unpopular. And there is a vacuum in politics. And Nigel Farage is not just waiting in the wings, he's kind of standing centre stage, singing a duet with Donald Trump. I don't like that metaphor. But this is a party of millionaires claiming to speak for the working class, but they are only serving billionaires. Since 2019, Reform have taken £2.3 million from oil and gas companies, climate-denying companies. That is over 95% of their donations. But we know the difference between the Reform MPs and people who might vote Reform is very different. The Reform MPs should be condemned. We should challenge their crap and we should hold them to account. But the people who might be voting Reform, they deserve our compassion and they deserve our kindness. Some of them will be explicitly racist and we shouldn't aim for their vote. We just need to beat them. But there are lots of people in this country who have rightly been left behind, or rightly feel like they've been left behind. Decades of austerity. Decades of austerity, indignity, and loss of humanity have left them feeling angry. And we must connect with that anger, not to fuel it with the toxicity and division that Nigel Farage seeks, but to offer hope. We need to be clear when someone is afraid of a migrant. 14 years of austerity in the Labour government is the reason why they can't get a house. It's the reason why they can't get an NHS appointment. It's the reason why they are feeling divided. But that is not the fault of migrants. That is the fault of multimillionaires and billionaires who are funding our country is not arriving by small boat or dinghy. It is not arriving by people who are fleeing their lives from persecution, or even if they're not being persecuted, economic migrants alone who deserve a better life, who will pay more in this country in taxes than they ever will in benefits. The real threat is flying above our head by private jet. On reform, we must not let Keir Starmer and this Labour Party get away with it. The cut in winter fuel payments, the way they are treating the most severely disabled people in this country, the audacity to quote Enoch Powell, to not be explicitly racist and wear that on his chest, but to try and give whispers to the far right, to let him know that they are welcome. And then, the biggest moral litmus of our time, the genocide in Gaza, end the genocide, stop the arms sales to Israel, and end the occupation! know this Labour government is gone. It is done. The question now is what is next? The only thing that cannot maintain is the status quo. So are we going to further spiral into fascism, into despair, into toxic politics as we see all around the world? Or is this the moment for hope? Is this the moment for a green industrial revolution where we make sure workers are treated with dignity, that we repeal the anti-trade union strike clause, that we make sure that workers are paid fair, have dignity and working conditions? Are we going to collect together in community halls and organise and door knock and make sure we present an alternative? Because this is what we are doing today. This is how we will change our towns. This is how we'll change our cities. This is how we'll change our country. There is no environmental justice without racial, social, economic justice. And when they come for one of us, they come for all of us. Friends, we will stand together. Solidarity.